Welcome back to Gross Improvement Tactics. I'm Anthony, and this channel is about building, exploring, and improving on a wide range of subjects that I find interesting. And today, we're going to jump into working on my 96 Jeep Cherokee here. I hope you'll stick around. If you like what you see, let me know. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing. So a little bit about my Jeep. I bought it about a year ago from a guy down in Watts, Oklahoma. When I got it home that first day, I was just so excited to have it. It's a pretty clean Jeep, almost zero rust. I was so excited that I didn't check a few important things, and I had a lug nut that was super loose. The threads were actually stripped completely out. So I noticed that one of the first things, replaced that and got it inspection ready. Since then, I haven't really done too much. We've kind of been busy with selling our house. We're actually in temporary living now. So anyways, I haven't really got to put too much time into it. Just about the only thing I've done is upgraded these headlights to Loyo 5x7 LEDs. Super bright compared to the stock incandescent. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the other things I'd like to do to it.
There's a pretty long hit list of items I want to take care of on this Jeep, and that list grows every time I look at it, but I just want to show you some of the big ones that I'm going to tackle first. These marker and blinker lights need to be upgraded to LEDs. My hood grill cowling is busted and needs replaced. I have a few dents in my driver's side doors that should be a paintless repair. I've got a dent that's chipped and starting to rust on the roof. The rear hatch shocks are pretty worn out. They do still lift the door, but not very well. And my speaker panel is completely loose and bounces around. There's a pretty big dent in my rear bumper. Some of my locks and windows are pretty sluggish, and sometimes I have to unlock my back door manually. My headliner was starting to come down, so I cut a giant hole in it over the driver's seat so it stopped hitting me in the head. The screws in my center console hinge stripped, so now it's just loose. My fan speed switch is stuck on high. It's almost like it's jammed or clocked in the wrong position, because when you push up it shuts off, and when you push down it won't go down. None of my lights work in my overhead console, and I'm pretty sure they're the original lights that are in it. It's pretty annoying because I don't have any interior lights when I open up the doors at night. The interior is actually pretty nice. There's a few stains on the seats and maybe a small cut on the driver's seat, but overall the interior is actually in pretty good condition. Now this next one I did to myself. I peeled off the tint on the front windshield that I didn't realize was there when I bought it, and all the adhesive is still left on the windshield. I'm most excited for upgrading these leaf springs that are bent completely backward. I've got big plans for this Jeep, and there's a lot of little things I need to get done before I really start the fun projects. I hope you'll stick around to see where this goes.
Before we dive into the content, I just wanted to do a quick lessons learned here. So, bad news is I lost a large majority of the footage I had planned on using for this video. I made some very rookie mistakes and lost all the footage. Basically, I ran out of storage on my phone. Didn't realize how close to maxing out my storage capacity I was, so I was just running, recording, getting everything done. I also let my battery die halfway through filming me actually welding the muffler. So I plugged it back in, got everything running. Later that night I got home and looking for the content. I tried to back it up to my Google Drive. I looked in my Google Photos, saw all the videos in there, thought they were completely backed up. So I realized at that point my storage on my phone was completely full. So I started deleting all the footage off my phone, assuming it was already on Google Photos or Google Drive, when in fact it was not. And I actually deleted it out of my trash can as well on my phone, so it was completely gone. But I was trying to open up storage room. So lesson learned, make sure you get one of these before you ever start filming. It's just a small, like 2 terabyte hard drive, but it will save you. Make sure you back up your footage on there before you ever delete anything. So anyways, I lost my intro where I went to my storage unit and pulled everything out. It took me 20 minutes by myself to pull everything out and put it all back after I got my welder. I lost that. I was going to do a quick time lapse of me pulling all that out and putting it back in. Most importantly, I lost a lot of the footage of actually pulling the exhaust out from underneath the Jeep, getting it on the table and grinding it and getting it all welded up. Anyway, stick around. Hope you'll like what I have still available in footage. And yeah, here's to getting better. Before I can do anything with the exhaust on this Jeep, I need to get under there and see
what size coupler I need to make this hook back up so I can fix the leak. If I can't find a coupler the right size, I'll probably just weld it, but coupler would make it a lot easier. So I can weld it out from under the car and then just clip it back together. So let's get it measured. So actually I was wrong. I'm not going to try and find a coupler because, take a look here. Here's where I'm welding. Basically right at the front of the cat. That's where I've got an exhaust leak. I may or may not have caused that exhaust leak. However, I thought I didn't have a flange, but there is an exhaust flange up in here. So I'll just take it loose there, drop the whole thing down, weld that part together, and then put her back in with no leak. Hey guys, so I'm heading over to my buddy Terry's house right now to get this exhaust pulled and weld this leak up. But before I do, I have to stop here at my storage unit and grab my welder. I'm in a situation right now in the house I'm in where I don't have access to a shop. All my stuff's in storage. So gonna grab my welder here real quick and then head on over to Terry's house. See you there.
So I can't show you my time-lapse video, but I can show you this picture of my 10x20 unit that's just stuffed to the gills. And my welder was actually about halfway back, so it took quite a while to get this all pulled out.
All right, we're here ready to go. First thing, I gotta get this exhaust out. Then we'll put it up on a table and start welding it. All right, finally got that wiggle loose. It was pretty stuck on there, so now gotta take the front loose, take this whole section out so we can get to it and weld it. Now I gotta get up in here and get those 2 bolts. Can't tell if y'all can see that or not. There. There we go. Okay then. I mean, they're good.
I actually didn't need an air impact, I just needed to turn the drill to the second power setting.
Hey, I don't need a clamp there anymore. A clamp there anymore. Since I welded it. You need a exhaust clamp? I'm glad I didn't take this cat off to weld it, because I would have ended up welding it on upside down and then the O2 sensor wouldn't have reached. I need to take it off. What, you're checking it? I need to figure out my truck too, because it's got a check engine. I've got a vacuum leak, and every time it starts up, it smells rich. This jet here was the first thing I legitimately bought my dad. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. You have a little bit of grease? Grease? Yeah. Just to put it around that hanger so I can shove it through the rubber easier. Or oil or whatever. Oh, she's a squirter though. Duly noted. Uh-oh. What? I'll have to clean up the floor just a touch. Holy guacamole! I might need some help lifting the tailpipe for a second. It's hard to push it up and guide that in at the same time. Perfect. Oh, money. First try.
Hey, whatever you do, don't forget my green light up there.
Okay.
If somebody else is gonna find it outside of the house.
Now what would happen is you'd find it on the road just up here and think you got a nice new light and then realize it's yours.
That's like my old one. Wait a second.
Think that's tight enough on a pipe clamp?
Yeah. I'd say any more than that impact will snap it.
That one's a lot rustier.
What I should have done is hot dip these in oil. Try to protect them a bit more.
Expert tank.
This Rust-Oleum. That's right. This is probably temporary. If I want to get fancy, I might put some
That's great.
Stainless pipe.
Yeah, I'll let her rust. I can always replace it. I'll turn that down to 1 for those. I'm staying with all that footage. I've got a whole video on that. All right, let's do that. Start it.
Do we want to open the garage door? I need to scrape all the goo off my front windshield. I didn't get it hot enough when I tore it, so all the adhesive for that tint is still on there.
I bet that's annoying.
Especially because it's all streaky right here, because I screened this to death, but over there it's still all adhesive. And then my headliner junk stuck to the adhesive. Hot fire in here, back there, down here. There's one tiny spot up in my finger. It's on the bottom side though, so if you have a problem with that, well, everything else is good. Well, we got it all done. Virtually no leak. I did feel a little puff on my finger right around where I welded, probably a pinhole, but not enough to probably even notice.
So even with all the lost footage, I ended up with a much longer video than I expected. So instead of combining all the work I did with the LED marker and blinker lights into this video, it'll just be on the next video. So if you want to see more, check out the next video. If you like what you've seen so far, I hope you'll consider subscribing and take that next step with me to build, explore, and improve.
Got it done. There's my inspection sticker. Got the nice white slip to take to the DMV.
Here's to getting better.